Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So guys, I hope you've all had a great weekend. I hope you've pulled some really good champions. If you pulled for anything during this 10x, if you didn't see my shard video, I did get Hefrak, this guy right here. I will be building him during CVC, and I will be streaming. I haven't streamed in over a month now, so I'm gonna be pretty rusty. But if you guys want to stop by, it'll be over on Twitch. It'll be on Tuesday, day of CVC. I'll let you guys know what time that'll be. If you join the Discord down below, I'll post that probably tomorrow, what time I'll be live for sure during CVC, and I'll let you guys know what time it'll be in your time zone as well. Speaking of time zones, time got moved back an hour, so now my reset, instead of 2 a.m. for 3v3, is not going to be 1 a.m. So I need to go ahead and jump in here, try to get up to be able to stay in Gold 4, which is usually about 1,000 points. I've noticed to be pretty safe. So then during CVC, I can grind some 3v3, and yeah, get some good points, get some good points for CVC, get some good gold bars to actually purchase stuff in the bazaar, because I got a void shard here, which may have my Hegemon, and I need that. Okay, I also need this legendary skill tome. Got a lot of grinding to do. I don't grind a lot of these teams because why? I mean, just grind the one-man defenses, and it's good to go. But here we go. I've done a video like this before in the past, doing the 3v3 reset. I'm hoping this helps you guys out. I got some pretty good feedback when I did it then, so hopefully you guys like it now. If you all want to see anything different with this, definitely let me know down below in the comment section. Let me know what you did like, let me know what you didn't like, and I'll sift through the comments and try to improve in the future videos. So let's go ahead and do this. We've got some easy one-man defenses here, which I may save that for later. Obviously, just enter the battle, set on auto, and you're good to go. Let's go ahead and scroll through here. What I'm looking for at first is some Warlord teams, because I hate Warlord. Warlord is my most hated champion because I don't have him. When I get him, I'm going to like him, but I don't have him. So now I just look for him and I say, okay, Venus team at the top, Venus Cupidus, which is basically a pretty crazy overpowered team because of just how it works. I love it. But I just send that one against my warlord, against the enemy warlords, and it usually does pretty daggone good. Now, as far as these other teams go, let's go ahead and try to address them. So this team is going to be a Cupidus Venus team. However, they don't have Necrit. Necrit is a huge part of Cupidus and Venus teams, because without him, that Cupidus is probably in Stone Skin, and he's probably going to be fairly squishy. Honestly, I could bring this team right here, which is actually a really good team. The bomb team could be really good. The only issue is that if they're relatively fast, my team is pretty slow, so it wouldn't work that well. What I'll do here is this top team, we'll decide that in just a second. The second team, let's go ahead and decide this one. So it's going to be a fast team. It's going to probably be Arbiter into Lady Kimmy, Ramatu Strip, and then Trunda. So the Lady Kimmy, this one's a little bit tricky. I think the Kymar Hedgie Fast can work well, because what this team does is Molly gets hit by anybody, so by the Ramatu and or the Lady Kimmy, preferably just the Lady Kimmy, because Ramatu, I believe, can shut down her passive ability, which is definitely going to be annoying, but it'll boost my turn meter, allowing me to hopefully cut in my Mithrala to cleanse, Kymar to strip, Rhodos to absolutely destroy everybody. Hopefully. We'll see if it works like that, but I'm hoping that is how it works. This top team, though, honestly, I'll probably just do this. Actually, I can't do that because I have Necrit being used in that team. So let's do this. Let's go my high resistance Warlord team, which is, this is not really a Warlord counter anymore. I'll talk about how it works in just a minute, but it used to be my Warlord counter until I got an actual Warlord counter. So this one is just Cardiel, decent resist. We have Siphi, fairly fast. I need to rebuild her. We have Nuke Valk and a hard-hitting Candrafon. That's all it is. And so they're pretty daggone tanky. We'll see how it works. They can take a lot of damage. They can dish a lot of damage. And against a team like that, I think they'll be okay. We'll see, though. So here we go. This is a pretty good setup, though. I mean, to be in Gold 4, you have a lot of variety in Gold 4. Like, you have some teams like this, and you have some teams that have spent $10,000 on just that 3v3 setup. Not their whole account, just their 3v3 setup. There's some crazy variability. So let's go ahead and do this first one against this Brogni. They're probably all going to be in reaction. I'd prefer to keep all the damage away from Cupidus for a little while, kind of. I want to be able to have Valkyrie shield up before we start really hitting that Cupidus. So there we go. Big hit on that Brogni. I knew that was going to happen from the Venus. Go ahead and use the A2. Get the big shield up. The Cupidus didn't counterattack. Why was that? I wonder. That seems weird. Cupidus didn't counterattack. Huh. I thought he always counterattacked with Venus up. Maybe he got feared or something? I have no clue. Interesting stuff. May have been a debuff. I'll have to check that out. see what went wrong, because that's definitely pretty crappy for them if their Cupidus just decides he's not working today and is not going to do his counterattack stuff. Because even with Venus dead, he still counterattacks. We'll go ahead and veil our Candrophon. I want to get him healed up, which is something crazy that's good about this team. Is Cardiel heals for so much. So once you have these counterattacks going off from Valkyrie, and Cardiel's jumping in the ally attacks as well, he's just healing so much HP. It's crazy. Plus Sifi, we got a lot of heals coming from this team. So I'm going to kill the Venus, and then we'll double hit on the Harvest Jack, and then we'll hopefully just handle this stuff from there. So let's go ahead and try to finish off the Harvest Jack. I really just want to single him out. I usually don't do these matches this slow, but with this one, I really want to. Because the Cupidus can mess you up. He definitely can. And pretty fast too. So there we go. I think we're safe now. I think we're pretty safe. But I don't know for sure. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're safe. Especially lethal set, savage set, things like that. It's nasty. My Cupidus is in Stone Skin because he's not super survivable. So I gotta be careful. We got super lucky surviving there. Super, super lucky. That thing that just saved us though. So now I can just use Rhodos. Let's go ahead and kill the... Okay, so we got some 1-turn provoke. We got 2 turns for the Arbiter. I'll just use the A3 next time I come around for the Arbiter. We'll just go ahead and kill Trunda because she's already done her nuke, so no reaction from her, which is perfect. I love that. And then we'll go ahead and try to kill, let's do Lady Kimmy. Looks like she was lower HP, but maybe not. Doesn't really matter. We should get another turn before they do anyways. Don't really care about getting Mithrala back up. If it was going to be a longer fight, I would value that more. Okay. So I guess Arbiter's like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to go ahead and break the provoke and then get Trunda up. Well, then I guess we just have to take them both out. There we go. But Mithrala is a good one to get back up if it was going to be longer, because she does have that increased attack, which helps out Rhodos a lot. Now that Ramen 2 may solo me. That may have been a bad idea. I should have just taken out the Arbiter. Remove the res, and then the match is going to be pretty easy from there. Let's see. But Rhodos can do some pretty crazy things. Like, pretty insane stuff. There you go. He could probably take out the whole team by himself if given the right procs and the right extra turns, so on and so forth. So here we go. This team is basically full auto, even though it's not on full auto. Like, you don't really get much of a turn. And, yeah, they just hit you. You counterattack. And it's over. Pretty simple team. This is going to be pretty bad, though. We have some bombs on Stone Skin. Those are going to hit insanely hard. And he has increased attack. So Duchess, bye-bye. Necrit, bye-bye as well. Let's see how much they hit for each. There we go. 68,000, I think, a piece. And then Cupidus. Let's see if he can just take care of everything by himself. What in the world? All right, flame out. Let's see. Boom. Bam. That is crazy. Cupidus. What in the world? All right, so next team. Let's go ahead and do this one right here. We'll use a 15 gym refresh. Hopefully give you guys a little bit more educational, informational, I don't know, interesting matches. So the next one, this team, we have a fairly slow team with a tanky. Obviously, Necrit's going to make this team pretty tanky. Leo's going to be the only nuker. I got to be careful with Mithrala cleansing. So I need to make sure my stripper, whatever I use in that situation or in that spot, is going to be pretty close in speed to my damage dealer, so the Mithrala doesn't come in with the strip. One thing I want to, or the cleanse. One thing I want to say, if you're using champions of Polymorph is a super, super annoying debuff or super annoying blessing, but make sure you have those champions in the lead spot. So for example, if this person had their Madame Ceres, or say they're your Carl with Polymorph, well then I stripped them with Kymar and slept them. Every champion would be stripped and slept, most likely, until we got to Yakarl. Then he might polymorph my Kymar, but everybody else would have the effect already done to them. However, if that Yakarl was in the very front, and we placed a debuff, Yakarl could polymorph, and then nobody else behind him would get the debuff, but he would still have the debuff, I believe. But nobody else behind him would get the debuff, which is amazing. So make sure, if you run polymorph, that you do have it towards the front of your team, like I have down here at the bottom with my Duchess and Necrit right there. Something little tip, but very, very important. Obviously, prioritize the aura. You do need that. But if you have champions like this, it works out perfect. So with this setup, we have the tanky. It's going to be a slow setup, honestly. I could just use my typical go second, no strip team. The second one, good Kymar Hedgie fast, very solid counter to that. And the very bottom one is just going to be a fast team with a strip from Gergo. Lydia's going to nuke, so I could very easily use this one right here. That team should work perfectly fine. This double Mortu is kind of just some shenanigans. Honestly, you know what? Let's take this team out. We may lose this, but we have to use the Noble Gerda Gaius team, you know? This one has to be used. I got a 5-star Gerda. I got to use it. So we're going to try to mix up with a few teams you guys may have not seen for a little while. Maybe you guys can try them out if you want. I'll try to show you all my builds from the actual team setup page. Maybe not the actual champions gearing, because it may be too long of a video if I actually did that. If you want to know any specific champion, definitely let me know. Ray is a champion that I know a lot of people have, then they're not using. Honestly, whenever I first got her, I used her a little bit, but then I started using other nukers. Ray is a very good nuker. Her A3 ability, that strip, that freeze, plus her A2 hits so incredibly hard. She's a very solid nuker. So if you're sleeping on her, maybe consider building her. She is different because she's not void, so she does have those weak hits. She does hit crazy hard. Granted, mine is +4, which is a big reason why I'm actually using her. If she wasn't +4, I'd probably be using my Leo or my Baron or somebody like that. But in this situation, she works out perfect. This team setup, she works perfect because of that Yoshi increased accuracy, allowing her to place that decreased defense from her A1 ability, allowing her to freeze from that A3 ability. It really works out perfect in this team, to be honest. So this team right here, my Dagon Mithrala. Ah, dang, okay, I see it. They got a Kymar, which, I mean, makes sense. Honestly, that was an oversight and my fault there. Basically, the Lady Kimmy went first, which is to be expected, and she just destroyed me because she boosted the accuracy of the Kymar. Mithrala got slept, and then my team got all slept, basically. So that was a little unfortunate. I definitely thought we were going to win that match. I'm going to have to go back in there and try that one again because everything should have played out correctly, and I kind of expected to lose that bottom one. Let's go ahead and change that bottom team to something that's going to actually win. That'll be this one right here. So there we go. We'll turn it on full auto. We'll leave it on full auto. The second team, I probably should have just changed that out. Why didn't I change that out? I literally know what's going to happen. I already saw it happen once. That was kind of goofy, for real. So here we go. This first one, we know what's going to happen. It's going to be the exact same situation. Maybe better if we strip the stone skin. We didn't, unfortunately. My Ray also has a lot of survivability. I think she has an HP banner with like triple roll attack, so she's relatively tanky. I kind of wish she just had the straight attack, but I do like the survivability as well. So let's go ahead and try to get this Necrit debuff. We're leaving this one on auto because we already saw it once. We don't need to see it again, right? Doesn't need to be done. She sometimes doesn't use her A2 though, so I got to be kind of careful about that. Okay, she did use her A2 already. Necrit is tanky. Gets that strengthen on him. Okay. Boom, there we go. 75,000 from an A1 ability. AoE A1 ability at that. So there we go. Mithrala is stripped again. To be expected, right? And there we go. Rotos is frozen. Can't move. Absolutely locked down. I like the Yokaro. The Yokaro is a pretty cool addition. This guy likes a lot of freezes on his team. That's for sure. So here we go. Sifi buffing everybody up. Got the strip off. They didn't strip anybody. Interesting. So we'll cleanse everybody. Valkyrie should get her turn. Boom. The A2 ability hits super hard. And then the Herndig doing his AoE should get enough counterattacks to just kill him. Arbiter should be down as well. Kandrafon hits like a truck from his A1 ability. Herndig's a good champion. I do like Herndig. But that's annoying. That Revival on Death is pretty annoying with Lydia. But there we go. So AoE, obviously, again, into Valkyrie's counterattack isn't the best. But here we go. Next one. So now here we have Ramatsu. So a fast team again with Necrit protecting Turvold. So a hard-hitting single target champion. We have the second team, which is going to be a strip team. This would be a good team for this Kymar. The big tip I can give you all is if you start running into teams like if you see that you're running into a specific team setup. So for me, it's the Kymar Hedgie fast counter. If you see a lot of Warlords and you need to counter Warlords, then just literally scroll through your list, find those teams. If you build a team to specifically counter that one thing, it may be a very niche situation for 3v3. You may not ever use it in Classic Arena, but you know you'll be using it all the time in 3v3, which is exactly what I have. Granted, I do use this team in general because most of the teams you see in 3v3 are also going to be in Classic Arena. Some people just farm those low one-man defenses in Classic, so it doesn't really matter. But as far as 3v3, this is perfect. So my Warlord counter, I see Warlords a lot. We have it down there with Venus and Cupidus. My Kymar counter, boom, we have it right here. So right there, got some pretty consistent teams to win against those exact setups. So this top one right here, we'll actually bring in, they have a strip, so we may actually bring in this team, possibly, because my Cardiel can cleanse. Cardiel is crazy because his passive ability, it's amazing, it's great, but it's not game breaking necessarily. So like I'm not relying on that. So whenever he gets locked out by Ramantu, his passive gets locked, but he still has his cleanse, which is huge. So if you have a Cardiel, he's such a good champion, especially against Ramantu, because Ramantu, well, when he strips and places the block passive, Cardiel can just cleanse it, no problem. Easy clap. So this bottom team down here, we'll use the bomb team. This is a very tanky team. However, this Mithrala could be a problem because she could definitely, you know, just cleanse everything. Definitely be very annoying, but we'll see. I could bring my other team, but we'll try this one out. It's a tanky team. It's a slow team. It's a tanky team. They got pretty high resistance, but I do bring an increased accuracy champion. The Mithrala very well could resist my bombs, resist everything. She probably will, to be honest, but I guess we'll see soon enough. Another thing, Siphi. Another very good champion against Ramantu because her passive ability doesn't really do that much unless you have Rhodos on the team. Then it's pretty good. So my Kandrafon should be able to kill somebody here. There we go. We killed that. And then we'll actually just kill the... try to kill the Turvold. I don't... Oh, I guess it does actually protect him that much. Sweet. Interesting. I really didn't expect for that to protect him from 2 Kandrafon hits. Maybe I need... Oh my gosh. Valkyrie. Just stay up, girl. Just stay up. Stay alive. All right, so we're going to try to kill the Arbiter. She already rezzed. Kind of a useless time to do that. My goodness, Kandrafon, dude, you're slacking. What is going on here, buddy? There we go. We got somebody finally. We can sleep him with Siphi. This is going to be awkward. If we get the... My goodness, what in the world is this? There's some bad targeting, for real. That was some bad targeting completely on my end. There's no reason this should have taken that long, to be honest. Probably should just kill the Necrit in the beginning and just focused him down, so then it wouldn't have been so difficult to actually get through and deal damage to them. So boost the turn meter. Should get the res on Kandrafon. Hopefully the Turvold takes his turn. There we go, perfect. May actually just res Valkyrie because she does have her A2 ability still. Because she hasn't used anything at all, unfortunately. We'll sleep the Turvold. We should kill somebody here, right? There's no way we don't. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now there better not be... Oh my goodness. Okay, so here we go. We got the A1 ability. She hits hard on her A1. That's why I have Kandrafon plus Valkyrie, because they both hit hard on their A1 abilities. But I'd rather have that increased defense. Here we go. Now we're looking pretty good. Increased defense. If the Arbiter reses, it's going to be no problem whatsoever. I really hope she reses right now, because then I can definitely kill the other people. There we go. So we have Valkyrie coming in just a second. We'll go ahead and kill the Necrit because he's a pain. He is a pain. This match has taken 2 minutes just from bad targeting, basically. And now we're good. That's what I should have done in the beginning. Kill the Necrit. We're good to go. So here we go. Mithrala cleanses like it's supposed to be. We have Kymar stripping and sleeping. Hopefully everybody with no polymorph shenanigans going off. We'll go ahead and do nothing because Rhodos is... Actually, he's not sleeping. So we'll kill the Leo, I think. I want to kill Siphi, but Leo's going to destroy my team if I don't. So here we go. We will hit Siphi. Probably not kill her, which is not a huge issue because next turn she's going to res the Leo, and then I'll just try to kill him again. Hopefully Kymar can do his reset. Don't get feared, I swear. That true fear, it always gets me. I never get the true fear off, but it always gets me, that's for sure. So there we go. True fear wrecked me. That may not have been the best order. I feel like Leo was the best target, but it may not have been. Siphi may have just been the best option to go after. And then reset into killing the Leo. This team, if we get resisted, it's going to be bad news. Okay? We locked everybody out, which is great. Do we strip everybody? Very, very needed. Now, does Gaius place his bombs on everybody? That's going to be the next. There we go, baby. Got the bombs on everybody. Everybody's sleeping, having a little snooze over there. Let's go and see who we're going to kill. So I think Lydia is not going to die from the bombs. Got a stun on her. Perfect. I don't really want to use his A3 because it'll wake everybody up. We'll go ahead and place some debuffs on Mithrala. True fear on everybody. When this works out like this, it's Perfect. I love it. Beautiful. Boom. There we go. Perfect. And then uses A2 for some AoE hits, and Mithrala is down. So there we go. A 10 point. So we have 886 points. We haven't really moved up much since the start of this video, and we're coming up to 20 minutes. So I need to start going a little quicker through these matches. Usually I just throw it on auto though and let it run through. So this team right here, let's go ahead and do a typical setup. This is what I would typically do. So the first one is going to be a Venus Cupidus team. This one with Yumiko is going to be, let's say, it's going to be tricky. It's going to be hard for me to deal with Yumiko, to be honest. I could use this other team for the Yumiko, but this Warlord team, I don't have any other option for it, really. So I hate Yumiko's Warlords equally. I dislike them both. So we'll just try this one, and then we'll try this one at the very bottom. That should be okay, I think. Probably 2 and 3. The second team we probably won't win against because of the Yumiko. I need to work on some kind of counter. Necrit, Venus, Cupidus, and Duchess isn't an amazing counter for Yumiko because Yumiko doesn't do a hit, whereas Warlord does a hit. Proc Cupidus, Yumiko doesn't. She places nothing. She does no hit, just locks you out from your skills. It's really good that we locked out. We made a sheep of whatever champion that was. I forget. Who was that? I don't even know. Kymar, maybe? Kymar. There we go. It was a Kymar indeed. These are just sometimes a little bit long. Turn it on full auto, though. Just walk away. Not too big of a deal. Cupid is tanking some hits. Perfect. There we go. We got the Kymar down. But he's back up. Kymar is a very good champion to run Cupidus against as well because he always does AoE abilities unless he's resetting. So his A1 ability, the A2 ability, everything. We have a Frostbite set on Venus. If you're wondering where the freezes are coming from, that's where it's coming from. So everything's locked out except for Cardiel, which I forget. My Cardiel's pretty high resistance, which is perfect because we may be able to kill this Necrit. Actually, I take that back. We're not killing Necrit. We're killing Arbiter because I've made that mistake too many times now. Arbiter, you're done, girl. You're out, okay? No more. Swift Parry saved Sifi. I love it. And Cardiel is gone. Deleted. All right, so here we go. Let's see. I really want to get rid of Yumiko, but Necrit's a bigger threat. Yumiko is pretty annoying, though, so let's go ahead and get rid of her. She can just reset and make it super, super annoying over there. Big shields on everybody. We should be good here now. We should be pretty good. That high resist on Cardiel is very, very helpful. So we can just use his A2 ability or get Cardiel up. I think either one's equally beneficial. We should be able to get back around to another turn, I think, with that A2 increased speed and everything. Get rid of Necrit, and then Foley will be easy to take care of. Well, relatively compared to if Necrit was still alive. There we go. And then we should be pretty smooth sailing from here. Big heals. You can see whenever Cardiel heals, it's like for, what, 6,000, 7,000, something crazy. Very, very nice. Now, this is unfortunate because I did a video a while back talking about Mithrala and the unique kind of build I had to put her in. Because when she had a set piece on her, she would enter the matches and get her turn meter decreased. So when I had Stone Skin, when I had Immunity, it's better because you don't have to worry about the Provoke from Hegemon. But unfortunately, if you have those pieces on her, let me see. I'll show you guys the blessing, but that team may have not had that blessing. Temporal Chains is what it is. So this one that Sifi has right now. Temporal Chains, you can't actually see it, but basically it reduces the enemy's turn meter, I believe, or their speed based on how many buffs they have. So if I had Immunity or Stone Skin, it would be reducing my speed by like 3% or something very low, but it would cause my Mithrala to be slower than Kymar and my team to be completely out of tune. So my options were to make Mithrala and Kymar both in a set that gives a buff, or just take it off of Mithrala. I may have to put Mithrala and Kymar both in a set, but I really not able to do that. If I could put Kymar in a Divine Speed set, which I don't have very many of, that would fix it because they both have the buff. They both get the decrease in speed, and their speed relative to Molly's isn't as important. Molly could technically cut in front, not be a huge deal. We'll have to see. Maybe I do that because that would actually be a pretty big change and make the team actually work. But I would need this set on Kymar probably, and I would need just Stone Skin or Immunity on Mithrala. Either one would work perfectly fine. I would roll these up, but yeah, I have no silver. No silver. 4,800. Wow, that's pitiful. That is absolutely pitiful. But that's something I'm going to consider. because that divine speed should give me that shield buff, right? Which would count as a buff, change the turn meter, should be good to go. So here we go. We have a team at the top that's very, very annoying. That's probably one of the more difficult teams for me to face, honestly. It's a fast team. You'll notice that none of my teams are fast. My main ones I've been using are this one. You can see the speeds here, 275, 279, 251, 169. We have the high resistance warlord team. Cardiel is in immunity. We have Sifi and Swift Parry. We have Valkyrie and Savage. We have Kandrafon and Savage or Lethal. I forget which one, but it doesn't really matter. I use this team right here, which is probably the team the most players watching this are going to be able to build. We have Ramatu and Stoneskin, Yoshi Stoneskin, Basher Stoneskin, and Gaius and Stoneskin. All good accuracy. Gaius, good attack as well as accuracy. Make sure the speeds are there correctly. We have Ramatu going right after Basher. Not a huge deal, but you do want to make sure they're pretty close in speed tune, because you could definitely, if you had Ramatu going before Basher, you could have him strip everybody, place his debuffs, and then the enemy cleanse, and then Basher locks out, which is not ideal, especially if they cleanse and then place block debuffs. This team is just a Duchess, two buff Stoneskin, so 6-piece Stoneskin, Necrit Stoneskin, Venus Stoneskin, Cupidus Stoneskin as well. Cupidus very, very slow. And then this team right here, these shenanigans at the bottom, you guys don't pay attention to this, okay? I did a video on this. This is a very fun team, but it's not super consistent as far as the win rate goes. So I'm going to do one more match. Let's go ahead and click this one. Pretty annoying. We have 2 Kymar teams and a Warlord team. And guess what? We have a Warlord counter, which is perfect. All right, so the first one, it's going to be a Kymar, Mithrala, Wither, Gaia. It's going to probably be a relatively slower team. It's an interesting team setup. Not nothing I would necessarily expect. The second team is Ragash, decreased defense, and Trenda nuking, plus they're going to have a stun. The Kymar Hedgie team will be against that one. The top team I will use, it's going to be, we need block debuffs, so we'll do this. We'll do block debuffs to prevent, hopefully, something. The Kymar is going to strip me. My Cardiel should resist it. This will be a good counter for their second team. And then we'll use the good old Warlord counter at the bottom. We'll let it run all full auto, all hands off, and see what we have going on. Hopefully everything goes pretty smoothly. About to find out though. Actually, no, I'll take it back. We're not going to do full auto because we're just going to leave it in my hands and see what I can get going on. So, Kymar, did he not get a turn? I don't really know. I didn't pay attention. He may have reset. Sometimes they have him set up to reset instantly, which is kind of interesting. Smart that I didn't cleanse with Cardiel, because now I need to cleanse these bombs, which is very, very important. If we don't cleanse the bombs, then yeah, we're in a bad spot. We have to cleanse that. Perfect. So we will go ahead and I could sleep Gaius, but he can't really do anything now. He has no reset. He has a few turns until he can even do his bombs again anyway. So not really a big threat here. The biggest threat is just not being able to kill the Wither, and she just healing so much because she heals a ton. That's really the biggest threat. We'll just go ahead and sleep her with Sifi. Sifi's a little OP, I'd say. A little crazy with those constant sleeps, locking people down like that. Okay, got rid of Mithrala. Now we can get rid of, let's try to get rid of Wither, because Gaius can pop his bombs and cause me to have to do a res. I'd rather not do that just yet. Right now's perfect time. Now it's fine. Now we can get the bombs popping, do the res, not a big deal. And then against this team, turn it off of auto. Dang, okay, we got deleted. That's just really all there is to that. We should be able to strip them, sleep them. No sleep. We just died. So the sleep didn't go on Trenda, which is unfortunate. That Sifi was in protection set, which is pretty cool, because a Trenda had a protected speed boost and something else. The speed boost protected. The protection set, definitely a pretty cool set to have on Sifi. So we're going to go ahead and finish up this. Just going to be full out on this one. Not much can be done. This team is the most hands-off team, period. Not a whole lot you have to do. Very, very little manual intervention. Really don't get many turns because everybody's pretty slow on this team. So the Arbiter's probably going to... Did she already res? I don't even know. Don't really matter. She's not going to be up too much longer anyways. There we go. We got the I love that freeze so much. Just one frostbite set on Venus. Pretty freaking nice. So guys, hope you all enjoyed that video. Let me know what you would like to see differently in these videos. I know the teams I used was probably pretty, not really out of the box. I don't know. I tried using a few different options throughout. It would take way too long to actually manually set up all these teams to properly counter each one we're going against. And if that's something you guys would want to see, let me know. But hope you all enjoyed the video. Best of luck to you on moving up in 3v3 this week. And I'll catch you all in the next video.